Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Zarka Lateef from ADC MythBusters, and today I'll be discussing about local anesthesia calculations. So there are a few questions that are asked in paper 3 regarding local anesthesia, in which you have to calculate the dose. It can be in the form of cartridges, like the number of cartridges that you require, or in the form of volume, like how many milliliters of LA will be required. Okay, so I will be sharing two questions and how you are going to solve them in this video. Now, before I start with the question solving part, it's very important that you memorize this table from TG in order to solve any question regarding local anesthesia. This table has to be learned by each one of you if you want to solve any question. So now, coming to the question part, one of the questions that is being asked in exam is a 70 kg patient requires an LA for dental procedure. What is the maximum volume of a single safe dose of 2% lidocaine with 1:80,000 adrenaline that can be given? Now the steps how you are going to calculate the amount of local anesthesia is very clearly given in your TG version 3. There is a proper table for solving the local anesthesia questions. Please go through that part in TG version 3. So the first step that you need to do is you need to calculate the maximum dose in milligrams based on patient's weight. Now as per the previous table, which is this table you have to learn. So as per this table, the maximum single safe dose of lidocaine with adrenaline for an adult is 7 milligram per kilogram with adrenaline, please remember. Now, if for each kilogram you can give a maximum of 7 milligrams of local anesthesia. Now, a patient is 70 kg in weight, so you are going to multiply 70 kg with 7 milligram per kilogram, which will be 490 milligrams. Now 490 milligrams is the maximum amount of LA that can be given to that patient who is 70 kg. The next step is you are going to use the concentration of solution to convert the calculated dose to volume. Now you have calculated the amount that you are going to give to that patient, the maximum amount that you are going to give to that patient, which is 490 milligrams. Now you are going to convert that amount in milligrams into milliliter, into volume. Okay, so how are you going to do that? You are going to use the concentration of solution. The concentration of solution given is 2%, right? So in order to convert 2% into milligrams per milliliter, you need to multiply it by 10. Okay, like if you have 3% prilocaine, that will be 30 milligrams per milliliter of prilocaine. Okay, now in order to convert any percentage into milligram per milliliter, you need to multiply it by 10. Okay, like you have 2% lidocaine, that will be 20 milligrams per milliliter. Okay, so now you have converted the solution, the percentage solution into milligrams per milliliter. Now you are going to use that concentration of solution in milligrams per milliliter to convert the total amount into volume. Okay, so how are you going to do that? 490 milligrams is the total amount that can be given to that person. It has to be divided by the concentration of the solution, which is 2% lidocaine, which means 20 milligrams per milliliter. So this 20 milligrams per milliliter part I've already explained you. So you have divided the total dose by the concentration of solution. That will give you the total dose that can be given to that person in the form of volume, which is 24.5 milliliter. Now, if your answer is in the form of volume, like if you have answers or if you have options in volume only, then this is the last step that you have to do. But if the answer is given in the form of cartridges, then you have to do an additional step, which is step 3. Now you have to convert the calculated volume to the dental cartridges, to the number of dental cartridges. We all know that in Australia, the volume of cartridge that we use is 2.2 ml. So what you're going to do is you're going to divide the total amount by the volume of each cartridge. So the total volume is 24.5 milliliter, and that should be divided by 2.2 milliliter, because that is the volume of per cartridge. So that will be 11 cartridges. So therefore, the total volume that is to be administered to a 70 kg person should not exceed 24.5 milliliters or 11 cartridges. So this was regarding the maximum amount of local anesthesia that can be given to an adult with adrenaline. Now coming to next question, which is without adrenaline, without vasoconstrictor. So what is the maximum dose of 2% lidocaine without vasoconstrictor that can be given to a 70 kg adult? So here the steps, all steps are same. The only difference is the amount of LA that is permissible for that person. In previous question, because you had the vasoconstrictor part with you, so the total amount of LA that could be given to that person was 7 milligrams per kilogram. Okay, but here it is only 3 milligrams per kilogram. Okay, so step 1 will be to calculate the maximum dose in milligrams based on the patient's weight. So as per the table, see, it's not given in table, the amount of LA without vasoconstrictor which can be given to a patient is not given in your table, in this TG table, but it is given in other Australian resources that the maximum amount of LA that can be given to that person is 3 milligrams per kilogram. This is the only difference. In previous question, it was 7 milligrams per kilogram because you had vasoconstrictor with it, but here, since there is no vasoconstrictor, you cannot give more LA, so it's only 3 milligrams per kilogram here. Then for each kilogram, you are allowed to give 3 milligrams of LA. So the person is 70 kg. So the total amount of LA that can be given to that person is 3 into 70, which is 210 milligrams. Now this is in the form of milligrams and you want to convert it into volume. How are you going to do that? The next step is same. So it's 2% lidocaine, which means 20 milligram per milliliter of lidocaine. So you are going to divide the total amount by 20 milligram per milliliter, which will be 10.5 ml. This will be the total volume or the maximum volume of LA without vasoconstrictor that can be given to a 70 kg person. Now again, if you have your answer in cartridges, then you need to do the third step, which is you need to divide the total volume by the volume of each cartridge, which is 2.2 ml, which will be 4.7 cartridges. Therefore, total volume which is to be administered to a 70 kg person without vasoconstrictor should not exceed 10.5 ml or 4 cartridges containing 2.2 ml each. Okay. So these are the two questions that are repeatedly asked in exam. I hope you all got an idea of how you need to solve the LA questions. If you all want me to explain more LA questions, please reply me in comments. I can do that. And if you all find this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.